Welcome back to Zach's Tool Shop. I just came back from going to Carolina Premium Outlets yesterday, which typically I don't get fired up about going to an outlet store, but every now and then there's an outlet store that has a discount tool called Direct Tools, which has Ryobi and Rigid, a little bit of Milwaukee stuff, just this much Milwaukee stuff, and mostly Ryobi stuff. I love Ryobi. I'm a big Ryobi fan. I've always have been. A lot of people who know me know that I really love it. Not to say that there aren't a whole lot of great tool brands out there, but early on in my HVAC technician career, back when I was an installer actually, I got turned on to Ryobi, bought one of those multi-sets where you have like a drill, light, circular saw, and ever since I've used them, and they've come a long way. I have the vacuum right here. I just cleaned up a little mess I had on my table with a vacuum, made a little social media post or recorded for one, so you might see that on Instagram or a YouTube short or something. So I'm going to tell you what I bought. I was really excited about this. I love new tools. I wanted to branch out and get some different stuff. So I'm going to drag out each tool. We're going to make some videos after this, more detail about each one, show them actually put to work. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of go through what I got and just give like a brief overview of it and if I've used it so far, which most of them I haven't used them yet. But let's take a look at them. This is the Ryobi P4510. It is a scrubber and cleaning tool that you can change the heads on. There's a nice little head right there, little 3-tipped head. And we have these bristles like this that you can purchase. There's 3 of them that I know of, and a lot of this stuff, there's probably a few more that I don't know of, but there's a softer bristle, a medium bristle, and a hard bristle. Now, I think I have the medium and the hard bristle because I knew I'd be doing some really crazy cleaning. So it kind of locks in there like that. And as you can see, we'll put a battery in this watertight compartment. So if you're cleaning something, you're not gonna get water all over inside the tool and inside the where the battery seals to the tool. I have a P102 battery, which is a 1.3 amp hour. Clips in there just like so. Seems to be a pretty good locking mechanism right there. Keep it watertight. And there's a couple different things you can do. You can pull the trigger down, or it'll lock by hitting like the top part of it. So as you see, it's not a real high RPM tool, just used for cleaning and scrubbing. Take the head back off. I bought a different one for it. I have this one, which is the medium bristle, as you can see. And I also purchased this one, which is our hard bristle brush. I was looking for a little bit more detail on what specifically they tell you to clean with these. The medium bristle, I know it mentioned tile and stuff, but I know maybe I can clean some of my outdoor stuff with this brush, and we'll give that a shot as time goes by. But I thought this was kind of a cool thing to buy, and I knew my wife would like this as well. The second tool I got is not a cleaning variety tool. In fact, it's something that I've actually wanted for a long, long time. Looks like a drill, but upon closer inspection, it's actually not a drill. So this is the P3150. It's a heat gun from Ryobi. There's a couple different tips here. There is a sort of like a focused tip to keep the heat directly right in front. And then there's a little baffled tip here. I'm going to assume, without having used it, that we are going to need a larger battery because we're producing a significant amount of heat. And what I have here is a 3 amp hour battery. I have 3s and 4s, several of those. And as we turn it on, already warming up. You can see inside, it's starting to turn orange. Pretty fast warm-up time, it says. There's a little light here to help you out there. I'm not quite sure how much help that light is and what the purpose is of it. Nice and toasty there. Heat shrink is what I wanted this thing for. So I really want to see how well it does it. I've got some heat shrink projects coming up. And I also just wanted to see how far a battery would go with this thing. We ran it for a second there. Of course, we're still on 4 bars. But it would be interesting to see how long it lasts and how much time we could get out of it. For me personally, I wouldn't be using it in huge amounts of time. It'd be short splurts every now and then, so it'd be okay. Might get my daughter to blow dry her hair with it or something like that, so we'll have to see how challenging that would be. So that is the P3150 heat gun. So the next tool is going to be something that I kind of got. It was $19.99. They had a promotion at Direct Tools where if you spent $250 on 18 volt tools, which I didn't realize was 18 volt. I had a whole bunch of 40 volt stuff when I went up to the counter, and they're like, nah, 18 volt. So I was like, that's a shame. I still bought something 40 volt, which you guys will see in a second. But there was something that I wanted to get to that $250 point. So I got something which, you know, I've had the other version of this, the radio version, but this is the Ryobi Bluetooth speaker, and it's just a little compact speaker. We'll zoom in real quick and take a look at it, but it's probably the least exciting purchase as far as different tools go, but still is gonna really hit the spot. So you can see this little fella here. Here's my giant man hand. So you can see it's a tiny little deal here with the 3 amp hour battery right here. So the battery's about the same size as the actual speaker. All you have on top is a Bluetooth button, volume buttons, pause and play, then a power button. And I haven't tried to link it up or anything yet, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. But this is pretty simple. It's a little speaker, so all we're looking for with this is making sure it gets connected and keeps its connection properly. Maybe look at the distance it stays connected, but that'll vary probably from device to device that you have, whether it's an iPhone, Android phone, or track phone. So, pretty simple stuff. We'll see about the speaker quality as well, how it sounds. But I wanted to go ahead and get this because I've been eyeballing it for weeks and weeks, and I needed to reach that mark, so hey, we reached the mark. So my final 18 volt tool is kind of a large tool. Something I'd also been eyeballing for a while for multiple purposes, for working purposes as far as doing projects here at the house, and also for recording the videos, because I record videos for several channel types. You know, I do podcasts, and sometimes we do video with the podcast, so I want to have a nice portable light. So this is what they had. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it out here. Now this is actually folds up pretty nicely. So this is an LED stand light that they have. This is the Ryobi P782. So I'm gonna keep the camera back for just a second because it is kind of a beast. We'll see how it looks and we'll kind of zoom out if we need to. So there's a button here on the side. You can put it all the way up like that. Now, there's several different configurations is how I understand. I've only just put the tripod out and stood it up so far, but there's orientations where you can have this thing sitting on the ground with the head on the ground shining underneath the car or something like that. So it's pretty cool. It has the extensions here that raise it up. So there's 3 sets, and I'll actually put them all up so you guys can see how high it goes. So let me put out the legs first. They just slide right out like that. Pretty simple stuff. I'm trying not to hit anything on the ceiling here. I have a little tripod that comes down from the ceiling. Okay, it's a little bit big for my desk. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna orient it in a different way. I'm gonna put it over on the other side of the room. We'll take a look at it there. I'm sitting over here in Project Central. We have some old furniture that we're redoing. It's a kind of a fad now where you repaint some old furniture that had this same wood grain to it. Take grandma's furniture and update it and make it, I think, farmhouse chic or shabby chic, but different tale for a different day. So with a light like this, I'm gonna keep it oriented down, guys, so you can see everything. We'll take a close-up of the head here in a second. But there is 1, 2, 3 clasps, so you can raise it up a little bit higher than this, and we'll go into that at a different time. I think that this thing is gonna be sucking down batteries like there's no tomorrow, so I have my 4 amp hour battery right here. There is provision to plug in a drop cord here too. We'll look at that at a different time as well. I just wanna be real quick with this first look at it. Battery plugs in right here. There's gonna be a couple different settings. I'm gonna point it up so we don't get too bright on the camera here. We have a high beam, which was relatively bright. I had my bedroom, I had the lights off, I turned this on, and it lit the bedroom pretty well. Makes me excited for the next hurricane, knows it won't be in the pitch dark all the time. Of course, we have a generator, so I'm just being dramatic. So high beams, lower, and then back off again. And pretty satisfied with the amount of light it puts out. It's odd looking because the tripod is so large and the head is so small, but stability is more important than kind of an odd look, so we can overlook that, I think. But let's take a little closer look at the head of this thing. We have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 48 LED lights right here. And like I said, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna be looking away a little bit. So just to give you kind of an idea, There's a high beam right there, middle way, then back down to nothing. Very bright. Can rotate up like this. That's about as far as it goes. And of course you can orient it wherever you want, back and forth. It does connect with this little cord right here, so you're not going to rotate any farther than you can there. It looks like you can stress that cord a little bit. There's no stop to it, so you have to be careful with that, I think. There's a little bit closer look at the clasps here. As you see, it goes up. We're going to go into a little bit more about this light right here, but let's get back over to my final tool, which was a 40-volt tool. So this is the Ryobi RYI 300BG. It's a power source. It has plugs on the side. We'll take a look at those in just a second, but it runs off of Ryobi's 40-volt batteries, just like for their lawn mowers and blowers and things like that. So, battery slides in, easy peasy. So let's take a closer look and see what this thing has on it. So on the side it has a 120-volt outlet, a USB-C, and a USB-A. There's a little bit more information we'll go into a little bit later down the road. We have the battery plugged in. Let's see if we have anything on there. We might have to push this button to get it started. Hit the button to turn it on. We get 124.5 volts, so it does work, has power to the outlet. We're going to test and see exactly how much this outlet can handle right here. See, the green light is on here. There's a little light here, I guess, on top. You can see it light up. Turn that off if you need that. Oh, it also blinks, evidently. And then it turns off. So when I'm out doing my recording, I have to have lighting and things like that. And sometimes I have to charge things up. And I do have the smaller USB adapter, which I'm bringing over here. We have this adapter here, which is good for charging things up. But it's nice to have something a little beefier in case I need to run some of the lighting. I have the 18-volt light I just showed you, but sometimes you need to run some of the ring lights, and there might be something else that needs power where this will come in real handy. And it's so compact, you can kind of carry it around. Have 4 amp hour battery in it, which is, we can weigh them or something at a different time, kind of get a feel of how heavy it's going to be. But I think it's relatively compact, has a little handle here. Not many other features that I can see right here. But we'll get into these a little bit more, but I was looking forward to this. So I had to buy this even though it didn't go for the promo. I was awful excited about this one right here. That's all for Tool Fest today. Hope to get some more new tools soon. For right now, we're gonna kind of dive into the ones we just purchased and see how much my budget can get us through to the next time. So hopefully we can pick up a few new things, if not direct tools, maybe branch out into a different brand maybe. And I got a lot of Ryobi stuff here. You guys can see it behind me. I have some Skill stuff, but Skill was nice enough to send those things out to me last year. And we have a variety of tools here, but they're all Ryobi. And I've used a lot of them in my day. I mean, a lot of DeWalt stuff, some Hitachi stuff, but there's some things like Milwaukee. I haven't really gotten into Milwaukee a whole lot. I've had some Milwaukee tools before. They're really good. I still have a Sawzall somewhere around here from 1996 as Milwaukee. It's been a champ. A corded Sawzall, of course. We did have battery tools back then, but they were like 9.6 volts, 7.2 volts. They were really low voltage. They're really weak compared to what we get today with a lot of this great technology that we have. So thank you for joining me. Please put a comment. Which tool was your favorite tool? Which tool would you like to use personally? What would you like to see appear right here and discussed and explored later? Because this show is kind of introducing you to what I just got, but we're gonna make some videos here on social media, Instagram and YouTube, to kind of dive into each one of these tools as we use them and as I notice features or drawbacks to each one of them. My name is Zach Ciota. Consider subscribing to this channel if you've enjoyed this. Hit the like button if you like this video, and I hope I can see you around on the next one.